Yo, what is up YouTube, and welcome back to some Madden 19 NCAA college football. As you can see, the playoffs are here, but Alabama and Clemson didn't make it. What do you expect though? College teams in the NFL, not a good matchup. They didn't know what they was getting themselves into. But let's check out the standings just to see how far back these two teams were. See how they did against the rest of the NFL, man. Let's see where they ranked. First, we're going to start out with Alabama in the NFC West. See how they did. 7-9. It's not too bad. Nothing to hang your head against. The NFC West division with the Rams leading the way. And then let's check out the AFC West with the Clemson Tigers. 2-14. 2-14. Golly. They struggled, man. I'll be real with you. Clemson struggled in the game. But they did their thing. They're a college team, man. They can't do much better than that. Let's check out the stats. See how they ranked them on the rest of the NFL. We'll start out here with Alabama and Tua. Tua had almost 4,800 yards with 37 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. That's not too good, but that 37 TDs and 4,800 yards, that's impressive, man. Rushing game, Damian, Josh Jacobs, they both did their thing up there, Damian almost 900 yards, Jacobs around 500. 11 TDs for Damian, and Jacob Tua had 4. But fumbles, can't believe my man Damian fumbled 4 times, but the NFL, man, they're big and mean. And receiving, look at Jerry Jeudy's numbers, man. 97 catches for 1,600 yards. Devontae Smith almost at 1,000. Irv Smith almost at 1,000. That receiving crew was mean, but Waddle only getting 3 catches. I thought he was going to be more impressive, man. They needed to use him more. That might have been why they didn't win so much. And 11 TDs for both Jeudy and Smith, man. They did the thing. Defensively, our tackling leader was our secondary, man. Both corners and safeties leading the list in tackles. Can't have that, man. They just blowing right through our front 7 and getting back there to them. Luckily made the tackles, hopefully securing some touchdowns, but man, we gotta have better than that from our front 7. Let's look at sacks. Quinnen had 6, Buggs had 6, Christian Miller at 3.5, and then Moses and Raekwon both at 2. So we were getting some pressure in there on the quarterback, man. Interceptions, Diggs and Thompson have 4 and 3. And then 2 for Mac, Shaheem, and Xavier McKinney. So we did a good job getting the ball. Forced fumbles, only 3 of them though. We need to do a little bit better at that. Try to force more turnovers because we were giving the ball up a lot. Kick return game, both Jacobs and Brian Robinson had a pretty good year. Touchdown for Jacobs, impressive. Jalen Waddle only 17 attempts but 151 yards. He did his thing, man. Now let's look at the Clemson offense led by quarterback Trevor Lawrence. 3,600 yards with 18 touchdowns and 15 INTs, man. He was close to being 500 right there. The run game is what won them a couple of the games. I know Travis Etienne did his thing, but after that it just drops off, man. Touchdowns, he had 10 of them. He did all he could to help his team win. T. Higgins up there with 1,000 yards, Hunter Renfrow close, and the rest of them, they did as much as they could try to help the team win some games. Higgins had 7 touchdowns, and Amari Rodgers with 4. Everyone else just wasn't really there, They did as much as they could, though. Let's check out the defensive stats here for Clemson. Tackle leader J.D. Davis, doing his thing, almost at 100 tackles, and everyone else in there everyone is sort of around the same spot there, around the 80s, the high 70s. They did what they could, trying to get the ball back, make plays, trying to get the offense back on the field. Sacks, let's see what we got here. Isaiah Simmons with 6, Kendall Joseph with 5.5, 4.5 for J.D. Davis and Dexter Lawrence, and then that Clemson defensive front, man. They were putting pressure on the quarterback, make them get rid of that ball quick. Didn't have a lot of time to throw it. Interceptions for Clemson, had a bunch of 1s up there. No one having multiple interception year, and that's the thing. Clemson just didn't get the ball. Forced a lot of turnovers defensively, but they gave a lot of turnovers offensively, man. So That might be one reason they struggle so greatly, is just because they gave the ball away so much but didn't get it back in return. Let's see the kick return game. DeAndre Overton and Adam Choice. They did good. 500 each for them pretty much. No touchdowns, but they did the thing. Let's see the punt return game. Adam Choice had 24 for 142. So with the few opportunities they had returning, they did as much as they could, man. They did what they could. Let's see if we can see how these guys stacked up against the rest of the NFL as a whole, to see how these college players did. Tua leading all the NFL in passing yards, only by 6 over Phillip Rivers. Let's see. Still scrolling. There he is, Trevor Lawrence. A little bit down in the pack, but you know, for a college quarterback, he did all right, man. He did all right. Let's see, touchdowns. You know, Phillip Rivers leading the way. Tua's up there though, in between Rodgers and Wentz, 2 quarterbacks to be around, and Lawrence only having 17, man. That's going to take a while to find it, so we're just going to leave him where he is. Rushing game, you know, Gurley, he's a beast. You know, he had to go out and do his thing. But ETN, he right up there with the best of them. And then, you know, a little bit farther down the way, we find Damian Harris. So, touchdowns, let's see what we got here. The league leader in touchdowns had 14 with Gurley, Elliott, and Bell. But then, you know, Damian Harris right there in the mix. Tied for 4th. Respectable. Receiving, let's see if we led that one. Jerry Jeudy, man. He did his thing this year. Jeudy having 1,600 yards. Let's see, T. Higgins is in there. And then anyone else? Devontae Davis leading in that too. You know, a couple of college players had 1,000 yards receiving. They did as much as they could. Touchdown wise, you know, we got a lot of people tied in there with 11th for Jeudy. So touchdown wise was not as high up, but receiving yards, college player led it, man. With the receiving yards, Jerry Jeudy. Defensively, it's gonna be a struggle, really. 136 is our leading tackler, and the leading tackler of the college teams was 99. So we struggling. We're going to scroll down and find them real quick just so we can see if it's Clemson, Bama. But I'll go ahead and give you a little spoiler here. It's Clemson. And, you know, these college boys must have just struggled trying to tackle these NFL superstars, man. And I can respect that because these guys are good. Sacks. I mean, do I even need to waste my time here? No. It's going to take forever to find it. Interceptions, though. Looky here. Trevon Diggs up there at the top of them in the league with 4 INTs. Forced fumbles. Everyone, the most was 1 for us, so I'm not even going to waste y'all's time by trying to find that. Let's check out the kick return game. Josh Jacobs had a big year kick returning. Let's see where he ranks in that. You know, not too far down on the list, but let's see about touchdown-wise. You know, he was one of the few with a kick return touchdown. So he did his thing, man. He did as best he could. The punt return game, though, Tariq Cohen, he killed it this year. 360 yards and 2 touchdowns. And our best returner, let's look for him real quick. We still going. Now, he's going to be at the bottom of the pack. Jalen Waddle's in there at 151. And then Adam Choice right there behind him at 142. So the college return game was not as high as the NFL return game. But what can you expect, man? NFL's a whole nother breed. They men, and these college boys was children compared to them. Team stats real quick. We'll see how the teams racked up against them. Total offensive yards, you see Alabama was 3rd in the NFL. That's respectable, man. Real respectable. Let's see where Clemson is. Ah, dang. Clemson's going to be here at the bottom of the pack. 2nd worst in the NFL. Dang. That hurts. That's why they didn't win as much. If I had to choose something, it's that offense. They just struggled, which is surprising because their offense is very good. But they struggled, man. They did. Let's look at the total defense here. Yards allowed. You see Clemson right here coming up is sort of in the middle of the pack. Not too bad for them. Alabama, man. 2nd to worst. So the college teams, offensive and defensive, you know, they just... compared to the NFL, it's not even close, man. It's not even close. Let's see if we had anyone winning the awards here from the college teams. We'll check out weekly just to see if we had anything. Nobody week 1, week 2, week 3, or week 4. But let's look at week 6 here, you know. Alabama's Tua Tagovailoa in there had a pretty good day, if I do say so myself. Nobody week 7 or week 8. But let's see, week 10. We got Tua again. You know, Tua doing his thing. Second time on the list. Let's see. Again, Tua. Third time on the list with week 13. Anybody else? I don't think we're going to see anybody else on the list. But Tua made the all-week Player of the Week awards, you know, 3 times. It's pretty impressive. MVP Baker Mayfield, you know, he did his thing. Tua coming on the list in 4th. Not too bad. Let's see, Coach of the Year. Did we have either of the coaches, Nick Saban or Dabo, make the list? Nah, man. They didn't, but they tried their best, man. You know, with the teams they had, I can't blame them. Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC. We have any Clemson people in there? We don't. Defensive Player of the Year, it's probably going to be a no again. Rookie of the Year, let's see what we got. ETN, they're at 5th. Hunter Renfrow, I see him down here at 8th, and then Amari Rodgers at 9th, or 10th, excuse me. So, I had 3 Clemson rookies making the list right there. Defensive rookies, Kendall Joseph on the list, man. You know, he did his thing. And that's it. That's all we got. It was the 1 defensive rookie of the year for Clemson. Best quarterback, Trevor Lawrence not on the list. Running back, you know ETN's got to be in there somewhere, man. There he is. 8th on the list, not too bad. Receivers, maybe T. Higgins on there somewhere. Nope, nowhere to be found. Offensive lineman, that's a no-brainer right there. Ain't nobody on that. Defensive lineman, I expected one of them to make this list, but they did not. Linebackers, nobody. Defensive backs, maybe. Man, nobody again. What about kicker? Come on, where you at? There he is, Greg Hugel, man. He made the list. 10th of the best kickers in the AFC. He was 10th on the list. Now let's see the NFC for Alabama. You saw Tua was 3rd there on the Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, not a soul for Alabama, but that's alright. Rookie of the Year, Tua wins it for the NFC. Just beating out Saquon Barkley. That's impressive, you ask me, man. And Henry Ruggs up there on the board also at 8. So 2 Alabama offensive rookies up there. Defensive, nobody for Alabama on the list. Best quarterback, Tua finishing 5th in the league in the NFC. Not too bad. Running backs, is Damien going to be up there? He's not, man. Receivers, Jerry Jeudy's going to win it again. Congratulations, Jerry. Doing his thing. Devontae Smith on the list, too, finishing 10th. So 2 Alabama teammates on the best receivers. That's impressive. Ain't no way a lineman's making that list, man. Defensive, maybe Quentin Williams. Nope. Linebacker, you know, Dylan Moses and Matt had a pretty good season. They didn't make the list. Defensive backs. Hey, Trevon Diggs on there, you know, doing his thing, coming in 7th. Kicker, Joseph Bullvis made the list. That's how you know it's a game, man. Joseph Bullvis made the list. Winning it. He won it. Ain't even making the list. He won it, man. That's crazy. But what can I say, man? Congrats, Alabama. You finally got yourself a kicker. So that's what we got for y'all there, man. Shout out to everybody that's followed and subscribed so far. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at Madden19 NCAA. Just let us know what you think and what we could do different to make it better. DM us if you want to join the new league. We're already working on the college rosters for you. And you know, other than that, man, that's all I got. So until next time, peace.